So where do we begin? There's so many shortcuts in Logos 6, some really amazing tools that have shortened the Bible study process. What used to be a series of steps in Logos 4 and Logos 5 are now easier and shorter steps in Logos 6. Now, I tried to kind of prioritize these, but it's too difficult. So one shortcut may be more important to you than another one. So the order is not important here. What is important is that you get a handle on how to use these features. So let's get started with number 40. We'll do a countdown and work our way as we go. So the first one we're going to do is searching, finding every reference to a person, including the pronouns. This may be something you've done before, but it's so important because if you do it any other way, you may not get all the cross references. So we're going to go to search on the top menu here. We're going to go to clause search. Now, whenever you use the clause search, you must remember you have to click on the Bible list box, and you can only search the Old Testament or the New Testament, or in this case, the Septuagint as well. You cannot search the whole Bible at once. So when you're searching on a name, you need to search both Old and New Testament. So let's start off with the New Testament, since that's at the top of the list. And what makes this real easy is if you go down here, you got this nice little shortcut here, person Moses. So I'm just going to click on that just so it can type it in for me, and that's a little shortcut in of itself. But I'm going to delete Moses and back up, and we're going to search for Enoch, an individual in the Bible who's mentioned several times in the Old and the New. Now, when you type in Enoch, you'll see that there are many people, a multitude of people, not a multitude, but several individuals who are named Enoch. And so we need to pick the right one. And we want to choose Enoch, son of Jared. Now, let's run the search by pressing enter or click the white arrow in the circle at the right. Right away, you're going to get some search results. And we got back 16 results. Let me go ahead and expand that. So the first problem you're going to run into with the clause search is that you're going to be looking at Greek or Hebrew. So you need to click on Add Versions and put in your preferred Bible translation. I'm going to use the New American Standard 95. Now, once you do that, just press Enter, click the white arrow in the circle at the right, and now we've got both translations. Now, here's what's really powerful. Let's move this search window over to the left or to the right. I'm going to left click on the tab, and I'm going to slowly drag it. And as I'm dragging, you'll notice the change in color. The color tells you where the window will fill, or what the window will fill up when you release the mouse. So I've got a split window here, and I'm going to release it. Now I'm going to run the search again, search, but this time I'm going to do Bible search, and I'm just going to type in Enoch, and I'm going to select, well, we'll select Enoch the man Jared, and we'll run the search. Look what happened. Oh, this is very important. Right now it's searching the whole Bible. Let's just click on all passages and search the New Testament only. So I'm going to scroll down till I get to my common divisions. And let's just do New Testament so we can match. Now this is interesting. This is why I'm bringing this up. If we look at the left, we got 19 hits. Now, we could select the SBL GNT and then really see if it's the same. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do an apples to apples comparison. So here we go. And we'll run the search. 15 results, which is strange, I know. But I just wanted to make you aware of that. Now, one of the advantages of this tool is that it will make reference to pronouns. So, for example, I'm going to go to Hebrews 11:5, and we see, but faith, Enoch was taken up so that he would not see death. Now, even though Enoch is mentioned in Hebrews 11:5, he's referred to in other ways. He would not see death. If we go down to the next passage, let's say Hebrews 11:5 a little bit further, because God took him up. So what I like about the special search here, using the clause search, is I can see him, and it's very easy to find him both mentioned literally with his name as well as a pronoun. Now, this can be done in the Bible as well. So if you're going to search on people, this is a great way to go. And by using the clause search, it goes by phrases, so you can see it more clearly within the passage, and that's the advantage of the clause search. So Hebrews 11:13, he's mentioned here, and then you get the specific ones one by one. After you do the New Testament, you got to jump to the other translation. So all you have to do is click on the Bible translation list, click on Lexham Hebrew Bible, and then Logos will generate the list for the Old Testament. And again, very easy to do. And we just work our way through this. Now, he shows up in the generations of Adam because he's mentioned there. And if we scroll down, we'll find the passage where God actually did take him. And if we scroll down, we can find that passage. Enoch walked with God, Genesis 5:24, and he was not, for God took him. And if we go down, there's the God took him. So, in summary, the quickest way to find someone in the Bible, go to search, clause search, type in the word person, and you are there. Okay, I see a couple comments. Yes, Nathan does make a great point, which is the clause search gives you a little more context since it's based on the phrases. Exactly, and that is another advantage to the clause search. Okay, now that we're talking about people, one of the questions that comes up to me all the time is, what is the quickest way for a biography? How do I get as much information on an individual as quickly as possible? So let's go to Genesis 5:24. And let's close down these resources. We could certainly click on the link, but if you click on the link from these clause searches, you're going to get the Hebrew or the Greek, and that's not going to be helpful. So we could close this down and just open up our preferred Bible. I have mine up here in a shortcut, and we teach you how to do that in some of the other videos. And let's go to Genesis 5:24. Now this may seem obvious, but I think it's important to recognize because all of us have come to that situation where we want to learn as much as we can about an individual. So we start doing concordance searching and read the passages. And that is a very good thing to do. So all you got to do is right-click on the individual. Now to have some fun here, let's right-click on the pronoun instead of on the name Enoch, just to show you the power of Logos. Now I'm going to scroll down from the menu at the right, and there is Enoch listed as the person. So if you ever are reading a text and you see a pronoun, you're like, who is the he or the she? Just right-click on it. And most often, Logos has them listed on the right side here. So we click Enoch, and then we click Factbook. Factbook is the way to go. Now, let me make a quick point. If you notice, my Factbook opened up very quickly because all the sections are collapsed. This is something you want to do. Whenever you close a report, before you close a report, make sure every section is closed. Now, when you're doing biographies, the fastest way to go is go right to the dictionary link. Don't waste your time going anywhere else. And I recommend getting a really good dictionary like the Anchor Yale is very good. I've enjoyed Tyndale. There's quite a few good resources. Certainly the New Bible Dictionary is good. Lexham is coming along the way. I think it's still a free resource, but it's got a long way to go to compete with some of these resources. Nelson's New Illustrated Bible Dictionary, another good one, etc. Now, I'm going to click on one that most of you should have, and that would be Ehrman's Dictionary of the Bible. Now, you click on that, it expands the link and tells you how many people are listed with Enoch. In this case, we got one. So I'm going to click on Enoch person. And everything we need to know about the various Enochs are listed here. Now here it says the son of Cain. Well, that's not the one we want. Here we have the first son of Jared, and that's the one we want. And everything we need to know has been summarized in this article. Now to show you why a good book is going to make a difference in your studies, let's take a closer look. I'm going to shrink the text. I'm going to click on the resource panel here. I'm going to put on the smallest mode possible. That way we can kind of see the whole article. Now I'm going to go and open up the Anchor Yale Bible Dictionary. I'm going to click on Enoch as well. I'm going to drag the book by left-clicking on the tab over to the right so we can see these side by side. And here's the second article, or here's the number 2 article on son of Jared. And I'm going to put that on the small size. We're not going to read it per se, but I want you to see the difference in content. So we both got one full page, but then, as you can see, there's a half a page more. Now, at first blush, you're like, well, John, a half a page versus a page and a half, is that really a big deal? For an article on Enoch, no. But when you get to some other significant names of individuals, the article differences could be substantial, 2, 3, 4 pages or more. If you're going to do a biography, the quickest way to do that is just right-click on the name, choose the name, choose Factbook, and go right to the dictionary. And I recommend using prioritization to put your most in-depth dictionary first, if this is something you want to do on a regular basis. So just click My Library, go over to Prioritize, open up your Prioritize window, type in the dictionary you want to put first. Now you may want to actually, let me make one little comment here. In my training DVDs, I talk about studying in the funnel. And one of the strategies I talk about is how whenever you prioritize resources, you put the resource with the least amount of information first and the resource with the most amount of information last. And that still is a sound strategy even here. Over time, though, I make exceptions to the rule because when it comes to dictionaries, English dictionaries or encyclopedias, if I'm going to dictionary, I want the full-blown article. So I'll make an exception there. But if you look at my prioritize window, let me go back there, you can see as I scroll down, like on dictionaries, moving from concise to more in-depth. My Greek dictionaries and Hebrew dictionaries, I do the same thing, most concise to most in-depth. And we cover this in the Logos 6 training as well. Okay, moving forward, I see a question here. Is there a way to collapse all the sections in the fact book with a right click? I'm not aware of a single right click collapse all. So you have to do it one by one. And then after they're all done, then you close it. And Logos, should you open it again, so we'll go to Tools, Fact Book. When you open it again, it will remember. So I'm going to leave events open this time. I'm going to close Fact Book down, go to Tools, go to Fact Book, and see how it remembers events. So really, it's a one-time setup. Just be disciplined that before you close, collapse all the sections. Let's go to third.